What's up, traders? John Hall here. Hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I want to talk about, let me see if I can bring this microphone a bit closer. There we go. In this video, I want to answer a question, and then I'm going to give you guys a quick little market update on what's happening with the markets right now and what I see happening. So firstly, I want to answer a comment here that was actually on my video here. Bronx Trader just posted here, just blew up my first trading account, didn't have it long at all, but the first 2 days made 1K each. No excitement. Here is the thing I must say that is that even though you made 1K each, that's not the most important part. All right, that's not the most important part. What is the most important part is, did you make that 1K each, or each trade, or whatever, each day? Did you make that following a plan and a system? So if you did, you can replicate that, right? Now you might not make $1,000, but you know what I mean? Like, did you follow it? So some people say, oh, John, I just made $100,000. I just made $50,000. That's not important to me as a coach, and for me as a trader. What's most important for me, like if I get lucky and I make a lot of money, that's not sustainable. What is sustainable is, did you do well financially by following a plan? If you did, then you get the thumbs up. Okay, so no excitement at all from it at all. Well, until someone opened up my eyes and told me I just made my month's salary in 3 hours. Now that's actually what can happen in the market, right? Now what happened here is this: is that when you start to realize that, you started to swell up. You started to get very eager, like, oh my goodness, this is easy, right? This is easy. And then when you start to follow the markets like that and you start to trade like that, you start to just get in things because you think it's a good idea, and it's a downhill massive spiral. You start to double up because you think, maybe I can, I just made my month's salary in 3 hours. Maybe I can quadruple it. So let's actually double up, and then let's take trades because in over trading and blah, 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 and bam, 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 you just go down from there, right? The worst thing you can do as a trader generally is make money early. So let's go back here to the comment. That's not the point. But that's not the point. The point is, I blew up it by holding overnight, but mainly by not being able to cut my losses, which honestly I thought I'll be able to cut my losses, but the emotions are brutal. Here's the thing I must say here about this, okay? You said here you blew it up by holding overnight positions. Here's the thing. Not any one or two or three trades, not any one or two or three trades should blow your entire account up. That means you are trading way too much on your account. Like, for example, with me, right? I trade options, right? I trade options. Now, here's what I do. If I put 10% of my account on any given one trade, all right? So 10% of my account on any given one trade. That means the absolute worst case scenario is a blow up 10% of my account. If I have two or three trades going at once, that means I have 20 or 30% of my account. If the whole world goes belly up, I'm still going to have 70 to 80% there of my account left over if the whole thing goes belly up. That's called good risk management. Now, obviously, majority of the trades, if I put 10% of my account on one trade, I'm generally risking anywhere between 2 and 4% on the account on that given one trade, because my average losses are between 20 and 40% on that 10%. So if you can see what I'm saying there, right? So my average loss would be that. So if you look at that, that's what you should be doing. If you are trading the markets and and one or two trades can blow your account up, you're trading way too much. And that tells me what you did there is, as soon as you got excited, as soon as you started to do well in the markets, you started to double up and started thinking you knew better than the markets. And then before that, what happens is the market slapped you. This has happened to me so many times in the past as well too. That's how I know probably what actually happened there. Okay. Now here is this but the emotions are brutal. Yeah, the emotions are brutal. And I must say is that if you're not following a trading plan, that means a trading setup. My trading setups are the exact same thing every single time. The exact same thing. My trading setups are the exact same thing every single time. And my exact position size is the exact same thing every time. So that means also dollar amount, right? So that means dollar amount or percentages. That every single time I place a trade, I trade no more than X amount of dollars. or X amount of percent on my account. All right, so no more than 10% of my account at this current moment goes on to that. Now, here's what I do. Here's what I do. If I go through a losing streak, 2 or 3 losing trades in a row, then what I will do is I will bump that position. I will keep trading, but I'll bump that from 10% down to 5%, because maybe I'm just going through a rough patch. Maybe I'm picking not good quality setups, right? Because with my setup, there's a B type setup and there's an A quality type setup. Maybe I'm focusing more on sort of C type setups. Whatever, maybe I'm picking ugly setups and not good quality setups. So then maybe it's me. So maybe I'll bring that back down. So as you can see, I hope you can see that from that. So let's actually continue on here. So it says, feel like losing my account was a blessing. It showed me what's possible, what I can do, and what I need to do. Well, yeah, what you need to do is make sure you're having a plan and a trading system. And you shouldn't be getting into the market because you think it's a good idea. And you shouldn't be trading no more than no more than say 10% of your account should be on any given one trade. You know what I mean? Or no more than 10% risk, I would say. If you're doing that, then you're trading way too much. Now again, if you could bring that risk down, say to 2.5 to say 2.5 to 4%, somewhere over there, maybe 5% risk. Then that's much better. But again, you want to try and bring that risk down. As I said before, with my trading, I'm trading 10% of my account, but my average loss is 20 to 40%. So that means 2 to 4% risk on my account. That's what I'm risking per trade on there. But I also do know is that an A quality type setup that I take, 80 plus % of the time I'm going to do well. So says, and what I can do, that's exactly what the market can do really well. Blowing it up humbled me and showed me to cut my losses. Glad it happened fast, because would have happened in the long term if I never realized I had to learn to cut my losses. But love your videos. Well, thanks for that, Bronx. Bronx? Yeah, Bronx. Thanks for that, Bronx Trader. The most important thing you need to focus on is, yes, cutting your losses, but cutting your losses is part of that. Here's what I found. If you're not getting in good quality setups, that's what you need to focus on, right? Because I have noticed even in my own trading, as I said before, I have a A type setup and a B type setup. The B type setups that I'll take, they will, they're not as powerful, they're not as strong. But if an A quality type setup, generally within a couple of days, I can have a really nice profit on majority of my trades I take. So you've got to focus on the quality setups you're taking. Now, as I said before, every single trade you take should be the exact same rules, the exact same setup on the chart. So for 20 trades in a row, every single trade should look very similar that meets the trading rules. Make sense? So if you focus on that and then add a stop loss in, then you should go there. But here's what I do say. When you're trading the markets and when you're trading and trying to get ahead in the markets, the biggest thing you need to do is get some data behind you, get some confidence behind you. And this is one of the things that most people just won't do in the markets, is that you need to backtest. You need to go back in time and take screenshots. And I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of screenshots over my time of trading my system. And therefore, as I take screenshots and as I trade it, the better I get at it, the better I identify these really good setups. So if you can develop your own plan, or you can get systems or whatever, but within that trading plan, you need to know exactly what to look for. Because if you know exactly what to look for and you've spent the time going backtesting simply means you've gone back in time over the last couple of years on say any of the stocks. You've picked 10, 20 stocks and gone back over time to see whether those trading rules work. That's how you develop the confidence in the system. Remember, success is not about making money on every single given one trade. There is a probability in the markets. A probability simply means that any single given one trade you take can be a loser. You must accept that fact. Any given 2 or 3 trades in a row could be a loser. You must accept that fact. It is called a win-loss ratio. Right? There's not 100% win-loss ratio in the markets. So if you're trying to make money on every single given trade, that's not how successful traders trade the markets. Successful traders trade the market. How they trade the markets is they take the trade and they remove the word expectation from their trade. So I'm in trades right now and I have no expectations of these things at all. They can go for profit, they can go not. But here's what I've found. Because I have no expectations at all, because it's, the fact of the matter is I have no idea which of these trades are going to work out, which ones are not. That's not the overall, that's not the plan, all right? That's not the biggest issue there. Because again, my job is just to take the trade. It's called as I said before, it's probability, right? I have no idea which one's going to make a profit, and you don't know which one's going to make a profit. And if you're trying to make money with them, if you're trying to make money on every single given trade, you're trying to be right with the market. And if you try to be right with the market, you're probably going to lose your account. Why? Because you're probably going to pick trades that you think is a good setup. They're probably going to be losing trades, and the trades you should have been taking, which met the plan, you didn't think it was good, you didn't think it was going to run on. They're the trades that run on, and before you know it, you're taking the losers and letting the wins go. It happens all the time. Even myself, from time to time, I'll try to be right with the market, try to pick and choose, and and bam, done. It happened to me a few months ago. There's 2 trades I didn't take because I was coming off 2 losing trades, and I'm like, oh, I just didn't like that. 2 losing trades, and then guess what? The next 2, now those 2 losing trades, those 2 losing trades, one was about a 20% loss, and the other one was about a 30% loss, right? So my count was down around about 5% with these 2 trades. Now I didn't take the next 2 trades. Guess what? The next 2 trades, the first one gave a 91% profit, and the second trade gave 130% profit, all within a week. So that was that again. It's another lesson, right? Now I didn't pick those because I was fearful of losing money, and I was fearful of I don't know why, but I was just trying to be right with the market. Like, I just don't think these things are going to run on. It's like, yeah, whatever, right? There's a trade that I took just recently, and I had no idea what was going to happen, and boom, in 2 days I made 40%. I actually got out of it last week on Friday. I made 40% return. So I hope you can see here that these things I'm telling you right now, this is the mindset, this is the framework we need to have when approaching the markets. If you are getting into any given one trade, and every single trade you take has a completely different thought, a completely different process behind it, then that's gambling. It really is gambling. And if you can start to adapt what I'm saying here, and basically what I mean is that you need to have a setup, a chart pattern. That's a chart pattern with an entry signal on there. What is the exact setup you're looking for, and what does the entry bar look like? You need to know the exact rules from there, and you only take those setups only. You never get in because of what you think or hope or fear. Doesn't matter how good you are at having your stop losses. You need to have a system, a plan of getting into the markets, and that is the most important part of trading. And then secondly, on top of that, the biggest thing out there is if it seems to me that you were trading way too much on your trading account, because as I said before, with me, if the whole world goes belly up, my account would be down maybe 20-30%. I'll still have majority of my account, 70-80% of my account still good to go, still good to go when trading. And here's the thing, is that even if my account does go down that much, I know how to make it back because I believe in my system. I believe in my system because I know I've done all the backtesting, I've done the research, and every single day I'm still doing a lot of research and just doing a lot more backtesting. Why? Keep building that confidence. Because the more times I go over these amazing, perfect setups, the more times imprinted in my brain, the better my trading is going to be. So does that make sense? So I'm gonna leave that there for now. I said I was going to do a quick little market update on the markets here. Basically, what I'm seeing, I just on a nutshell before I go here, I'm definitely seeing the markets, the Dow Jones and all the markets look very strong here. The last few days we've had a bit of a pullback, and so I believe we're going to have that through there. And also just a quick look on the actual gold markets as well too. Gold and silver. There's not really much to say on gold and silver there, apart from they're all looking pretty. Gold's definitely looking pretty weak right now. So anyway, this video has gone a bit too long, so I want to leave it there. I hope that makes sense, Bronx, and anyone else that's watching this. I hope this really helps you when approaching the market and how successful traders approach the market and how they trade the market. So I'm saying this based on the lessons I'm learning, the lessons I have learned over my last close to 15 years of being involved with the markets, and the things that I have to continue to remind myself to stay on track with these habits of sticking to the plan, not trading more than not getting something I think is a good idea, and all these things that I'm telling you, I have to continue to remind myself every single day so I can continue to get better and better and better as a trader, hence make and just make more and more money and see my equity curve continue to grow up. So hope that makes sense.